Good afternoon everybody. So with this sample I'm going to be using the postcard stamps. This sample you can use it as a card, or you can use it to put in your memory book, or you can just keep it separate just to put some photos in of your holidays. So it's quite an easy concept, but I'll go through it with you. So what we're going to be using is one of these envelopes that Lottie's got on. I thought this was ideal really for putting mementos in from when you go on holiday, so you could put your favourite photos in and things like that. So we're going to be using that, and obviously we're going to be using the stamps, and this is hopefully what we're going to come up with. Okay, so first of all I've just got a piece of green cardstock that we've all got at home, and I've cut that to size, and then I've got a piece of off-white card. Let's pop the stamps to one side and that piece of paper. I'm using frayed burlap and speckled egg distress ink. So first of all I'm going to use frayed burlap, and I'm going to be using the blending tool from Mama Makes. I love this because it's quite a subtle way of adding your ink. It's not like some of the sponges that are quite, you end up with lines. This gives it a really nice blend. So I'm using these colours because I thought they'd be quite nice and vintagey, and that was the whole idea really of this sample. But I didn't want it just to be brown. So that's why we're just going to add a little bit of colour with the speckled egg in the background. But first of all, just lay your frayed burlap. I don't want it to be perfect because the whole idea, like I say, is for it to be vintage. Just do that area. So as you can see with using this blending tool, you don't get any harsh lines. So I quite like that effect. So then what I'm going to do is, just using a dauber, I'm just going to randomly add, not a lot, just a little bit of speckled egg. Quite, as you can see, I'm just scribbling it on because I don't want it to be perfect. Okay, just like that. And then with the tool again, I'm just going to go over it, and that will help just to blend it a little bit as well, and just to tone down the little bit of blue that we've added. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see it that well actually, let me bring that up and see if you can see it. Okay, what I'm going to do now is grab a pen. Excuse my arm, I've not got that ready, bear with. There we go. So I've got a brown microfine pen, and all I'm going to do is guesstimate the middle. Oh, I could use my glass mat. Hang on one second. I think it is about there, roughly. And I'm just going to draw a line down the centre. I'm not going right to the top or the bottom, so it looks like a proper postcard. So then with the stamps, I'm going to be using this one that's on the top, the carte postale. I'm using a VersaFine Claire. I'm using pine cone. So I'm just going to ink that up. I think we'll have it that way. And I'm just going to pop that roughly in the centre, like so. Okie dokie. You've got so many here that you can choose, so you can use whichever ones you want. These would be ideal for Christmas as well. You get an old vintage stamp where you've got your postcard and all sorts. You can go to town with them. There's even one with a little pillar box. So like I say, have a look, stamp them, and then choose whichever you want. I'm then going to use this like little postage stamp type one. pop the lid on there. I'm just using an archival. And pop that in this corner. I'm going over the address bit there, but I don't mind that. Okie dokie. Then I thought I'd put some sentiments into the correspondence, leave the address bit empty. My theory on this is the address part, if you wanted to put photos in, you could put where you are, where you've taken the photos if you're on your hollybobs, or if it's just something, you know, a day out, a trip out you want to remember. But it's just a way of not having your photos just sat on your camera, which I think we're all pretty guilty of doing. So I'm just using another archival, Paradise Teal, bringing in the bluey greeny really. So I've just popped on the top Missing You, and then I've got Wish You Were Here, so I'm just going to ink that one up as well. I'm going to put this at an angle. And then I'll add Beside the Seaside. Not that I think many of us will be going on holiday this year with one thing and another, but like I say, we've all got those photos that are sitting on our cameras so we can get them developed and have the time at home to actually do something with them. So, holiday memories, and then I'm going to put on See You Soon at the end. And there we go, that'll do for now. So, as you can see, I think that looks quite like an old-fashioned sort of postcard. You know, you could, even if you wanted, you know, you could even decorate the other side with you know, a photo if you wanted. So that's that part. All I'm going to do, like I said, it's quite a simple one, but I thought it was quite effective. Let me grab my glue. Just going to glue this onto the green. Oops. Hopefully I've cut it right. There we go. So that's on there. And then using this envelope, like I say, you could then pop on the front where the photos are, you know, where you've taken them, whether that's on your holiday or a day out at the beach or whatever. And then it's somewhere when you want to look at photos, you can find them a bit easier. Or if you've had little, say you've been out to the amusements or something, or you've been to see a show or whatever, and you want to keep the ticket as a memory book, can do that as well. So that's that finished, and that just secures on there like that. Loads of things you can do with those, and that's the finished sample. Hope you enjoyed that quick and simple one. Thanks then.